There's the core of the vault. Notice the orange lights, that's bad. We'll work on that in a second. Anyway, hi, how is everybody doing? Behind me is all the stuff that I normally have at my command center, which is, you know, my desktop, all my monitors, all that kind of jazz. It's over here. I was doing a little bit of renovations. About 6 months ago, I had a bit of a water leak where the main, which is up here in the wall, I don't know if you can see it, we'll figure that out later. Anyway, but there's a water main coming in there. Outside of the vault, there was a water leak. The pipe that was leading into the vault had a little bit of a leak. Didn't notice it until, you know, you look at the power bill and it's like you use 20,000 gallons of water. Like, that seems a little absurd for a small little vault like this. Anyway, it turns out that it was leaking into the ground, which is good, but also leaking into the wall, which is bad. And it caused a little bit of standing water inside the wall, leaked into the floor, a little bit of mildew. Nothing crazy, didn't flood the vault, it just water, leak, mildew problem. Turns out that most of this carpet is old and disgusting, and it requires some replacement. So screw the carpet. We decided to do this. This is where the server cabinet's going to go. I'm going to put power over there, so that's what that's for. We'll talk about it in a second. This is the new floor. That's crap from when I drilled out holes in the wall. But anyway, yeah, so we just put this new floor in. Haven't got the floor over here yet, but this is all going to get ripped up, and that's going to be another level of nightmare fuel. But anyway, yeah, so the server cabinet is going to get turned off. Everything's going to be pulled out of it. We have to deconstruct the entire server cabinet because we'll see if you can see this in here. But basically, right here, that's where this ceiling is, and then there is a 5-inch gap between that and there because the server cabinet is taller than the main section of the room here. So over here you can see a little better. This is the ceiling that's lower. We ended this joist extension, and then the ceiling is going to be up higher. Still going to put something here. We're going to build a wall right along here into this pillar and box this whole area off and basically create an isolated server room. And that's going to be pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, so we've got two 240 volt UPSs. One of them is currently offline. The other one needs some battery replacements. But these right here is going to be the power for those UPSs. All of the electricity in here is 90% off. I don't have the main off. I need to turn the main off, but I can't turn the main off just yet. But most of the power in here, all the breakers have been turned off, so power doesn't work. The lights no longer work, hence we've got these guys in here. It's funny, studio lights turn into work lights. That's pretty awesome in its own right. That's got to come down. This wall is either going to get ripped up and redone, depending on how things work forward. It's got some electrical in it, and it should be fine realistically, but I need to extend either the wall all the way to the ceiling, or we're going to put like a plexiglass window in here that could also provide some double pane plexiglass kind of stuff, hopefully to create a little bit of a sound barrier between here and there, and it's not going to just sound like this. I don't know. I have to look into that, if there's like some kind of double pane soundproof glass that I can do. But otherwise, this whole space over here is going to get, well, first order of priority, this is going to go over there, wall's going to be built later. All the rest of this stuff is going to get shuffled over here after the server cabinet comes online, because it's going to take the entire vault offline, and we're going to put this baby over here and get it back up and running. We got to run a couple of additional wires and whatnot into it, and then from there, all of this stuff is just going to get migrated over to this side of the room. It's going to get stashed over here, and then once that's stashed, we get to rip up all of this carpet and then make it look like that floor. So we're going to extend that tile floor all the way over here. This was tile that was originally in here, but they used some grout, and I have no interest in ripping it all up, so I'm just going to be lazy and leave it the way it is. It's also the back door. It's the only door in this whole space, leads outside to the little workshop area that needs to be pushed back and redone anyway. But anyway, that's going to come in here, and we're going to that routes around. That's the kitchen space. It's a giant mess right now. Everything's kind of a giant mess. We put new lights in because those sucked. The ones that were in there sucked, so I got new ones. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be a project. Stay tuned for more of this kind of crazy stuff as we get through this. Or maybe I'll just make one big montage after this. That might work. I'll do that.